Let me tell you something, man. You ever walk into a room and some folks just light the place up? Like soon as they smile, it's like sunshine broke through the ceiling. And then there's some folks, Lord help them, who walk in and you feel like somebody unplugged the power. Ain't nobody trying to sit next to them at the cookout. Now listen, I've been on stages, in studios, on the radio, in meetings with billionaires. And I can tell you something with my whole chest. Being likable will take you places talent never could. I done seen folks get jobs they ain't even qualified for just because people like being around them. I done seen talented folks lose everything because they couldn't stop being rude, arrogant, or negative. So today I ain't talking about how to be famous, rich, or perfect. Now I'm talking about how to be instantly more likable, because when people like you, they'll open doors, pick up your call, invite you to the table. And when God sees that you're a blessing to others, oh, come on now, he'll start blessing you too. Let's get into it. You ever been around somebody who looked like they just bit into a lemon? Man, I don't care if you wear designer clothes or got a Harvard degree, if you walk around frowning all the time, people will cross the street to avoid your vibe. But a genuine smile, that's powerful. That's like spiritual currency. A real smile says, I see you, I acknowledge you, I'm good, and I hope you are too. Now don't get it twisted. I ain't saying walk around cheesing 24/7 like you in a toothpaste commercial, but when you greet people, when you walk into a room, when someone looks your way, smile with your heart. It shows confidence, approachability, and peace. And people are drawn to peace like thirsty folks to water. You know why smiling is so powerful? Because it's disarming. It tears down walls before a single word is spoken. It says you're safe here. In a world full of chaos, being that kind of presence is magnetic. And scientifically speaking, smiling triggers feel-good chemicals in your brain, and in theirs too. It ain't just emotional, it's biological. You make people feel good without even saying a word. That's influence. That's power. So the next time you walk into a room, try it. Smile with intention. Smile like God gave you a reason to, because he did. Watch how folks respond. Watch how the room shifts. That right there is the first step to becoming instantly more likable. Let me tell you something right now. If you want to be likable, shut your mouth every now and then. Yeah, I said it. Stop trying to be the loudest in the room. You don't always need the last word. You don't need to tell your story before hearing theirs. You want people to like you? Make them feel heard. That's it. That's the secret sauce right there. See, we live in a world full of noise. Everybody talking, posting, tweeting, snapping, podcasting, but very few folks are actually listening. And when somebody finally does listen to you, man, that's like finding water in the desert. It's rare and it's powerful. People remember how you made them feel. And if you made them feel seen, respected, and understood, oh, they'll like you. They'll trust you. They'll invite you back. Listening ain't just about being quiet. It's about being present. Lean in. Look folks in the eye. Nod your head. Ask follow-up questions. Show them, hey, I'm here with you. I care. And don't be listening just to respond. Don't be thinking about what you're going to say next. Nah, be fully in the moment. That's how relationships are built. That's how trust is earned. Let me tell you, man, some of the most successful deals I ever closed, I ain't say nothing but tell me more. And I understand. That's it. Because when people feel heard, they open up, they relax, they like you. So if you're trying to be more likable in business, in love, in family, at church, wherever, do this. Talk less, listen more, and watch how the doors start opening for you. Now, let me tell you something, man. A compliment goes a long way, especially when it's real. I ain't talking about fake flattery or buttering people up just to get what you want. I'm talking about the kind of compliment that comes from the heart. The kind that sees the good in somebody and says, hey, I noticed that. I appreciate that. Listen, everybody's fighting some kind of battle. Even the strongest folks you know, they're dealing with something. So when you take a moment to say, you did a great job, or I love your energy, or that color looks amazing on you, man, you might be the only person who told them something good that day. And when you do it genuinely, not to manipulate, but just because you see something worth celebrating, that's when people start to like you. Not because you're flattering them, but because you make them feel seen and valued. Now, don't overdo it. Don't go throwing compliments left and right like confetti, especially if you don't mean it. People can smell fake from a mile away. But when it's sincere, when it's timely, whew, that's golden, man. And let me drop this gem on you. Compliment character more than appearance. Anybody can say you look good, but when you say you're such a kind soul or I admire your work ethic, now that hits different. That builds a connection that's deeper than surface level. I do this all the time, man. Whether I'm on set, in a meeting, or talking to somebody in the grocery store, if I see something good, I call it out. That's how you become memorable. That's how you become likable, because at the end of the day, people remember how you made them feel. So be the kind of person who makes other folks feel valued. That's a whole ministry right there. Let me tell you something, man. Fake don't last. You can wear all the fancy clothes, post the perfect pictures, talk all proper, act like you got it all figured out, but if you ain't real, folks will feel it. And even if they don't say nothing, deep down they know something ain't right. You want to be instantly more likable? Be authentic. Be you. See, people are tired of the act. They want real. They want raw. They want somebody they can relate to, somebody who ain't afraid to say, yeah, I've been through some stuff, somebody who ain't scared to laugh at themselves, admit when they're wrong, or just say, man, I don't know. That kind of honesty, that's rare. That's refreshing. That's attractive. Listen, I done been broke, slept in my car, made mistakes, got laughed at, turned down, and I used to try and hide all that, try to look polished and perfect. But once I started telling the truth, once I started saying, yeah, I've been through the fire and I'm still standing, that's when people started connecting with me because they could see themselves in me. Ain't nobody trying to be around a robot. People want connection. Let me tell y'all something. Funny is like magic. You want folks to like you instantly? Make them laugh. You ain't got to be a stand-up comic or the next Richard Pryor, but if you can bring a little joy into somebody's day, I promise you, they'll remember you and they'll want to be around you. See, life is hard enough already. People got bills, heartbreaks, layoffs, kids acting up. They carrying weight you can't even see. And when you walk into a room with a little lightness, when you crack a joke, tell a funny story, or just help folks not take life so seriously for a moment, man, that's a gift. You become a breath of fresh air. And people will always chase that fresh air. Trust me. Now, let me break this down real clear. I ain't saying be a clown. Don't force it. Don't tell corny jokes if that ain't your thing. Humor don't always have to come out your mouth. Sometimes it's in your attitude, your playfulness, that little grin, that twinkle in your eye like, yeah, life's crazy, but we gonna be all right. Humor builds bridges. It tears down tension. It levels the playing field. When people laugh together, they feel like they belong together. And when folks feel like they belong around you, oh, baby, that's when the doors start swinging open. I can't even count how many rooms I walked into where things were stiff, real uptight, and I dropped one line, one true but funny observation, and the whole room loosened up. Laughter changes the atmosphere. It's a universal language. So if you want to be more likable, loosen up. Share a laugh. Learn to poke fun at yourself. People ain't drawn to perfection. They drawn to personality. Give them a little joy and they'll give you their trust. Let me break it down for you real plain. You want to be likable? Treat everybody like they matter. Not just the folks in fancy suits. Not just the ones with blue checks by their name. I'm talking everybody. From the CEO at the top to the janitor cleaning the floors after hours. Show them the same level of respect. You know why? Because character shows up in the small moments. When you hold the door, when you say good morning, when you ask somebody how they're doing and actually listen to the answer. That's the stuff people remember. I've been in green rooms and board rooms with some of the biggest names in the game, but I don't just thank the producer. I thank the assistant, the sound guy, the security guard. You know why? Because nobody is invisible. And when you treat folks like they matter, they start to see you differently too. People can feel when you're only nice to somebody because you think they can do something for you. But when you're kind and respectful to the folks who can't give you nothing but a smile, that's when your likability shoots through the roof. And let me tell you something else. You never know who's watching. That receptionist you ignored might be the CEO's daughter. That Uber driver you were rude to might own 5 businesses on the side. Life has a funny way of flipping the script, so walk humble and treat people right. Respect is attractive, it builds trust, it opens hearts. People don't always remember what you said or what you wore, but they will remember how you made them feel. And when you make everyone feel seen, heard, and respected, oh baby, that's when you go from being liked to being loved. Don't be a part-time good person. You want to be likable? You got to be consistent, not just when the spotlight's on, not just when you feel like it, not just when you want something. Be the same kind of kind, respectful, uplifting person all the time. See, anybody can be nice for a minute. Anybody can smile when the cameras are rolling. But what happens when the lights are off? What happens when nobody's watching? That's when your real self shows up. If you're only kind when you're trying to impress people, that ain't genuine. That's acting. And folks can sense it. You might fool them for a while, but eventually your true colors bleed through. So if you really want to be more likable, be authentic and consistent. I'm telling you, man, I've been in the business world a long time. And let me tell you who gets the most love, the most loyalty, and the most opportunities. The folks who are solid every day of the week. You don't have to wonder what mood they're in. You don't have to guess if they're going to show up or flake out. You know what you're getting. That kind of steadiness, that's rare. That's valuable. Be the same whether you're talking to the boss or the waiter. Be the same at work, at home, in church, and at the gas station. That kind of integrity will make you stand out in a world full of fake. And let me give you this. God honors consistency. When your heart stays in the right place, when you keep sowing good seeds day after day, He'll open doors you didn't even knock on. People will like you, sure, but more than that, they'll trust you. And that's even better. So don't just be nice when it's convenient. Be kind when it's hard. Be real when it's easier to fake it. Be a blessing every day and watch what happens.